Be brave, be bold, be courageous. Now, I know I shared that kind of when we started, but you're gonna have to be more bold this year, more courageous than any year before. We are in a really tough time in the world. We have to say that, right? And I know so many of you, who's in business for yourself or ready to start your own business or scale your own business? Raise your hand if you're in business or want to start a business, right? It's about 70, 80% of the people. I'm gonna tell you this, even if you're in a career and you're in a job that you like, or you're gonna start a business, or you're in a business, this is a time when people are uncertain. We must serve more, give more. If you have a product, make it better. If you do customer support, improve the customer support. I'm telling you, in times like this, the winners are the people that create. Now, I want you to hear the difference. What companies will go out of business are companies that are based on transactions only. Companies that will go out of business are based on transactions only compared to based on relationships. Be a relationship business owner. Be a relationship marketer. Be in relationship when you sell. No matter what your product is, no matter what your service is, when you are a relationship-focused company or individual in your company and you want to go up the ladder of your career, when you focus on relationships, when you focus on listening to others, understanding where people are rather than just transactional, things change forever. Michael Gerber's book ages ago, I remember, and I'm going to paraphrase because I read that book a decade or more ago, is I remember saying, do you know what the difference between doctors being sued and not for malpractice? Anybody remember that in Michael Gerber's book? It was ages ago I read it. You know what the difference was? 8 minutes. Doctors who spent 10 minutes or less with a client were way more likely to be sued than doctors who spent 18 minutes or more. The only determining factor was a relationship, because they come into your room, doctor comes in, if you're a relationship, how you doing? You're not feeling so good, you got a temperature, oh, I think it's this, that, and the other thing, okay, take care, and you're out. That's just a guy. Another guy comes in, says, oh my God, Isabel, how's your daughter doing? She went off to college, right? Oh, that's good, she liking college? Great. And they have a communication. 18 minutes compared to 10 is the difference between a malpractice lawsuit or not. So, if you're in business, have a career, want to expand, this is the year to serve more, love more, go deeper. Be brave, be bold, be courageous. Now, I know I shared that kind of when we started, but you're going to have to be more bold this year, more courageous than any year before. What has hesitation already cost you? Think about that one. What has hesitation already cost you? Your family doesn't need you to hesitate. Your family needs you to be bold. The world needs you to be bold. Because at the end of the day, remember what I said earlier about that conversation with your maker? Would you rather say, I hesitated, I was a little nervous, I waited? Or would you rather say, I went forward even though I was scared to death and I failed for a while? Which one would you rather choose? Would you rather choose trying and failing or hesitation and nothing? Hesitation and nothing or trying and failing? Because if you try and fail, what are you going to do next? You're going to try again. And there's no way, if you continue trying, there's no way you don't get to the finish line. It's impossible. Those that don't get to the finish line just found a certain place where they say, enough, I'm not going to try anymore. I'm going to sit right here. And what happens? 5 years goes by just like that. So, be brave, be bold, be more courageous in 2022. Okay, next. Focus more on solutions in 2022. Focus on solutions. Again, today, some of the things I'm sharing, probably most of them, you already know. I want to be a reminder service today because the last couple of years has got us a little cloudy. Of course you need to focus on solutions. We all know that. How many people in your life you know are still stuck on the thing that went wrong? They started the business, started a real estate business in 06, and then the economy shifted. That burned them. Never again will I go in business. Had a relationship in 2014, and that bastard cheated on me. Never again with men. They're all pigs, right? Which a lot of them are. I get it. I'm not sticking up for bad men or anyone bad, right? My whole point is sometimes when things go sideways, we focus on why the hell it happened. How could he do that? We started that partnership, and he robbed the money. We started doing business together, and she didn't stick to her what she promised. And what happens is our brain wants to focus on why it happened, whose fault, and it could happen again. You can't succeed that way. You have to train your brain to say, that sucks. And I'm sorry if any of those things happen to you. But what did I learn from it? And I got to move on. I got to focus on solutions. What I taught my kid, my son Brody needs this help more than anybody, and I remind him all the time. I call it focus on the fix. When something goes off with my son, he really wants to analyze it and think about it and like almost get sad over it. And I'm trying to slowly, and through the years, he's 13 now and he's way better, is focus on the fix. It happened. It went sideways. Like, I know this sounds crazy, but it's like if you spill a glass of milk, you could say, damn, why did that spill? Somebody put it on the carpet. It's older milk. It's going to get in. It's going to make it smell. Why would someone put it there? Is the floor uneven? You can do all those things, or you can go get a towel and a new glass of milk. It's just a different way to look at things. And I'm going to encourage you in 2022, when people let you down, it goes sideways. And what if that failure is nothing more than something you needed so you could be stronger? Have you ever met anybody super successful that didn't go through hell to get there? I haven't. Have you ever met anybody with an amazing, incredible, love, passion-filled relationship that didn't go through hell prior? I don't know, or didn't go through some tough times to figure it out. I am married to the love of my life. I do have the best relationship I mean, it's unbelievable I have. But I also messed up a previous relationship and felt pain and went through a divorce. I had to go through that to figure that out. I'm sorry I had to. I hope so many of you didn't have to, but I did. It's the same thing here. What if that problem, that thing that went wrong, the spilled milk, is just part of your puzzle pieces? And paraphrasing and taking from my friend Tony is, what if life happened for us, not to us? Focus on solutions in 2022. Next one. The little things are the big things. I don't need to go in that because I already kind of covered that. But remember, the little things are the big things. And what do I mean by that? We set these big resolutions, but what we're doing today is we are going upstream to anchor in all these little knobs, these little, they say small hinges swing a big door. What we're talking about, these bullet points that I'm giving you today, thank you, Diane, for writing that down, the little things are the big things. That's all I'm giving you, these little shifts that you go, oh, I can't believe that. You know what? I'm going to focus on how to fix this. What can I learn from it, and how can I fix it? Something happens and you go, I'll wait. I've hesitated in the past. I'm not going to hesitate anymore. I'm going to be bold. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway, right? These little things are the big things. So the reason I did that is, what routines, what disciplines, what morning routines, what focus time do you need? What creative time do you need? What practicing personal growth, listening to it, setting yourself up daily for a win, right? What are these little things? Ashreen, I hope I said that right. Thank you for sharing that. I should have made slides, but I got this amazing group that's sharing it. Everybody, if you want to just copy and paste and share that. But what little things can you do that move the needle in a big way, right? What is the art of Kaizen? How do you run a 1,000-mile race? One step at a time. How do you make your goals stick in 2022? One little piece at a time. What little routines can you shift? What morning habits can you shift? If you have a little habit that when you go on your phone to check your email, you get sucked in for 40 minutes just scrolling on TikTok or something like TikTok. You're like, oh, that's a funny dance. Oh, that, I didn't know. Like, I don't know. Does it serve you? Sometimes we get sucked into entertainment, but it really doesn't move the needle in our life. So do you have to have a new discipline that says, hey, I could scroll for 20 minutes a day total? It's a subtle little shift, but could that give you an extra hour a day to work on the woman, the man God designed you to be, or the new business, or the marketing, or the exercise, or finding passion in your relationship, or finding a new relationship? Could it? So what disciplines? What's a morning routine that could set you up for a win? Right? What is it? Do you have creative time? Is there an hour a day, 15 minutes a day, where you just go hide someplace and you just visualize and fantasize about who you're supposed to be, what business you're supposed to start, or scaling the business, or the love in your life, or the passion, or the intimacy you want, or the friend you want to be, or the health you want to achieve? Are you taking 15 minutes for just creative time? I don't know what little shifts you need to make, but I bet you do. I bet you do. So the little things are the big things. The next one, help out even if things aren't perfect for you. this one, when you help somebody who's worse off than you, man, it puts things into perspective just like that, doesn't it? I've heard so many successful people. I heard Joel Osteen say that. I don't know if you guys know who Joel is. Joel said that. I know Tony says it. So many people. I watched my friend Jamie Kern Lima, Mel Robbins. I've seen so many people say that. And it's so true. You complain about not having shoes till you meet the man with no feet. Right? So what I'm going to share is find a way to help someone who's a little less fortunate than you. And that could be $5. It could be a conversation. Could be a phone call. It could be anything. I'm not talking about changing the world. I'm talking about one little piece, because people always think when I get rich, I'm going to donate a lot to charity, right? And I believe most people end up there. I think I'm going to leave most all my money to charity, but when I go, right? I keep going back to Tone because he really, I remember him saying it. He's more time than me, so he's got some elegant one-liners. But you think I'm going to give $1 million out of 10 million. But you kind of won't give $1 million out of a 10 million if you won't give $1 out of 10. Think about that, right? And it doesn't necessarily mean to be money, right? Sometimes people just need a kind word, an arm around their shoulder, a message, a letter, a phone call, a stop and say, hey, I'm listening. Because here's what I know. One of the mechanisms to success is understanding that we are exactly where we are supposed to be. There are some people doing better, and there's lots of people doing worse. And when we help lift someone up, it automatically allows us to be grateful for where we are at this very minute. And through the lens of gratitude, stress goes away, anxiety goes away, fear goes away, worry goes away. Gratitude and all those other things that have stopped you in the past can't live at the same time. So two things happen when you help someone out who's worse off than you. You're helping someone out who's worse off than you. That's the first and best thing. The second, the byproduct is you realize that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. So help others out even if things aren't perfect for you. Don't wait till the end. Why not just do it today? Okay? All right, the last one. The last one of these, I call them, what did I call them? The 9 upstream thinking philosophies. I think there's more like 10 I threw in there, but the last one is who and what over how. When we ask how do I get on social media? I think my business would explode if I had more followers. How do I do that? How do I focus on this? How do I do marketing? How do I really get rid of this old limiting belief that's crushing me? How do I get rid of this imposter syndrome? How do I get my husband on board with me for my dreams? How can be overwhelming. But what if in 2022 you replace the word how with who? Who's already been there? Who's struggled with this same thing and came out on the other side? Who's wanting to start a business and now they're doing better? Who wanted to get in good shape, now they're in good shape? Who had a bad relationship and now they're having a good relationship? Who would be willing to share that? Who's got a course? Who's got a training? Who can you do a 3-hour live training with? Who over how? Because how can be overwhelming, but when you find the right who, you can get the path to your next level. Does that make sense? Who in here has any of my courses or training, right? Put in the chat, is that you got the who, right? Did we cut the time off? Did we show you the fastest path to get there, right? Right? It's like you can figure it out on your own. You can learn through trial and error, or you could say, who's already been here, and would they be willing to bridge the gap? Look at Rachel, right? So that is, and thank you for today. Thank you for allowing me to be the who that can show you a new way to set goals that stick. Thank you. This isn't something I dreamed up last night. This has been something I've been doing for over 3 decades, something I've been teaching for 10, right? So I just have mastered this because I've obsessed on it. If I whatever it is you guys obsess on, you are masterful at. What's up, what's up? Hey, don't forget to look at the action steps we've posted below. They are the perfect way to take your success, abundance in this crazy world to a whole nother level.